Good evening and Happy New Year. Welcome to the January 7th, 2026 meeting of the Falmouth Conservation Commission. This meeting is being held virtually via Zoom video conference and is also being broadcast by FCTV on cable channel 9. As this meeting is being recorded by Zoom and broadcast by FCTV, please be cognizant of what you say, how you say it, and what can be seen and heard in your background. We should have a full complement of commissioners tonight. Thank you for all your dedication. I'd like to remind the commissioners that for commenting, I will call on each of you in turn, so please refrain from speaking over each other. Also, all votes are done by roll call, so when I call your name, please state your name and your vote for the record, even if you've made the motion or second. To our public attendees, at any time during this meeting, you may enter any comments or questions via the chat function. At the appropriate time, they will be read into the record. If, as an attendee, you'd like to participate in a particular hearing, let us know via the chat function. Then at the appropriate time, you will be prompted into the hearing as a participant. When you're selected, you must have your video enabled, be succinct, and respectful of others. Public comments will be limited to 3 minutes each. Regarding RDAs, under request for determination of applicability, the applicant is asking the Commission to determine if the provisions of the Massachusetts Wetland Protection Act and/or the Falmouth Wetlands Bylaw apply to the proposed project. A negative determination is that the provision of the Act and/or bylaw do not apply. Therefore, the project may proceed as proposed. A positive determination means the provisions of the Act and/or bylaws do in fact apply and/or may require some conditions. Therefore, the project would require notice of intent application. So as an applicant, you want to hear a negative determination. For the benefit of anybody waiting for a particular hearing tonight, so that you're not waiting unnecessarily, the following hearings are expected to be continued. 75 Reynolds Street, Falmouth, Mass. 23 North Barn Pond Road, Falmouth, Mass. And 0 Davisville Road, East Falmouth, Massachusetts. All right. First on the agenda is to vote on the minutes from December 17th.
Steve, make a motion to accept the minutes from December 17th as written. Driscoll.
Patton, second.
All right. Excuse me one second. I'm having...
I think Bill just froze.
He did. You're right.
He did.
Must be that.
Nope, Bill's frozen, guys. Steve,
Oh, I'm sorry.
can you pinch it for us here? I
Yeah.
think
There we go.
Yep.
You back?
Let's see, he's trying to come back.
All right. Second item of business is the
We have to
minutes.
vote on the first one.
Vote on the minutes.
vote on
We
the
have to
minutes.
vote. Yep. So
Okay.
Driscoll was made the motion. Steve, you seconded. So
Okay. So call the roll. Jim,
McGrath, aye.
Dave,
Anti.
Ron,
Driscoll, aye.
Ronnie,
Bowman, aye.
and Pat and I. I don't have the agenda printed out.
Second is December 29th minutes.
Right, I saw that. So can I have a motion to approve the?
Motion to approve the minutes after extensive reading should be approved. Move to approve.
Okay,
Driscoll.
great. It was exhausting. Patton second. So I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Jim,
McGrath, aye.
David,
Anti.
Ronald,
Driscoll, aye.
Ronnie,
Bowman, aye.
Driscoll, aye.
Pat, and I.
Steve, would you like me to read the agenda for you since you don't have it printed out?
Yes, embarrassingly, yes.
Okay. So the next up would be the request for continuance under determination of applicability. Scott Maselli, 75 Reynolds Street, Falmouth, Mass. Permission to construct an addition and porch and construct, oh, Bill's back.
Thank you so much. Sorry about that. A little technical difficulties for whatever reason that just happened.
We did vote the minutes, Bill, so we're on to the request for continuances for RDAs.
All right. So Scott Maselli, 75 Reynolds Street, Falmouth, Mass. For permission to construct an addition and a porch and to reconstruct a deck. Jen.
The applicant is requesting a continuance until January 14th.
So moved, Driscoll.
Bowman second.
All right. We got a first and a second. All in favor. Start the roll. Steve,
Patton, aye.
Dave,
Kent, aye.
Ron,
Driscoll, aye.
Jim,
McGrath, aye.
Ronnie,
Bowman, aye.
and Duffy, aye. Motion passes. Next, we have a request for a continuance for determination of applicability. Cronin Realty Trust, 23 North Bournes Pond Road, Falmouth, Mass. For permission to install restoration plantings in accordance with MA DEP number 25-646. Jen?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, the applicant is requesting a continuance until March 25th.
Driscoll so moved to continue it to March 25th, 2026.
Bowman second.
Motion been called and seconded. I'll call the roll. Steve?
Patton, aye.
Dave?
Kent, aye.
Ron?
Driscoll, aye.
Jim?
McGrath, aye.
Ronnie?
Bowman, aye.
And Duffy, aye. Motion passes. Next, we have a request for a continuance under enforcement order. Seashell Link Community Association, Inc., 0 Davisville Road, map parcel 40-11-013-000, East Falmouth, Mass. Unpermitted clearing, cutting, and construction within a flood zone and within a buffer to a salt marsh. Jen?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, the applicants are requesting a continuance until January 28th.
We're not meeting that day, so it's February 4th.
Oh, sorry, February 5th.
Fourth or
I was
fifth?
going to say, are we meeting on my birthday?
It's the 4th.
Fourth.
February 4th.
February 4th.
Yeah, for February 4th, that Wednesday.
I move to get the applicant's request continued the hearing until February 4th.
Bowman second.
We have a first and a second. Call the roll. Steve?
Patton, aye.
Dave?
Kent, aye.
Ron?
Driscoll, aye.
Jim?
McGrath, aye.
Ronnie?
Bowman, aye.
And Duffy, aye. Motion passes and continuance. Next, we have a request for determination of applicability. 111 Penzance Road LLC, 111 Penzance Road, Falmouth, Mass. For permission to construct a screen, porch, and install foundation supports. Alyssa.
Staff recommends a -3 under the state and a -2 under the bylaw. Resource area boundaries are not confirmed.
So moved, Driscoll.
Bowman second.
Any questions? No. Call the roll. Steve?
Patton, aye.
Dave?
Kent, aye.
Ron?
Driscoll, aye.
Jim?
McGrath, aye.
Ronnie?
Bowman, aye.
And Duffy, aye. Motion passes. Next, we have Leo Perito, 9 Penoskey Lane, Falmouth, Mass. For permission to construct a porch with steps. Alyssa.
Staff recommends a -2 under the state and bylaw. Resource area boundaries are not confirmed, and this project solely takes place in an AE flood zone.
So moved, Driscoll.
Bowman second.
Any questions? Seeing none, I'll call the roll. Steve?
Patton, aye.
Dave?
Kent, aye.
Ron?
Driscoll, aye.
Jim?
McGrath, aye.
Ronnie?
Bowman, aye.
Duffy, aye. Motion passes. Next, we have the Val Group Incorporated, 118 Waterside Drive, Falmouth, Mass. For permission to construct a dormer. Alyssa.
Staff recommends a -3 under the state and a -2 under the bylaw. Resource area boundaries are not confirmed.
So moved, Driscoll.
Bowman second.
Any questions? Seeing none, I'll start the roll. Steve,
Patton, aye.
Dave,
Kent, I.
Ron,
Driscoll, aye.
Jim,
McGrath, aye.
Ronnie,
Bowman, aye.
and Duffy, aye. Motion passes. Next, we have the Town of Falmouth Department of Public Works, CO Matthew Lannon, Gansett Road, Gardner Road, Mast Road, Whitman Road, Clap Road, Brooks Road, Jewel Cobb Road, Hyatt Road, Falmouth, Mass. For permission to install approximately 7,600 linear feet of water main and the associate appurtenances. Jen, did they want to make a presentation on this? Or is that all
No,
set?
Matt put in the public chat, if there's any questions, is here to answer any questions, but I don't believe there's a presentation.
Perfect. Alyssa.
Staff recommends a -3 under the state and a -2 under the bylaw. Resource area boundaries are not confirmed.
Any
Driscoll, so
questions?
moved.
Bowman second.
All right, I'll call the roll. Steve,
Patton, aye.
Dave,
Kent, I.
Ron,
Driscoll, aye.
Jim,
McGrath, aye.
Ronnie,
Bowman, aye.
Duffy, aye. Motion passes. Next, we have Kenneth Braun, 102 Ransom Road, Falmouth, Mass. For permission to reconstruct a deck. Alyssa.
Staff recommends a -3 under the state and a -2 under the bylaw. Resource area boundaries are not confirmed.
So moved, Driscoll.
Bowman second.
Any questions? Seeing none, I'll call the roll. Steve,
Patton, aye.
Dave,
Kent, I.
Ron,
Driscoll, aye.
Jim,
McGrath, aye.
Ronnie,
Bowman, aye.
and Duffy, aye. Motion passes. Next, we have Sean Wolf, 353 Davisville Road, Falmouth, Mass. For permission to vista prune according to FWR 10.1810B. Alyssa.
Staff recommends a -3 under the state and a -2 under the bylaw. Resource area boundaries are not confirmed.
So moved, Driscoll.
Bowman second.
Any questions? Seeing none, I'll call the roll. Steve,
Patton, aye.
Dave,
Kent, I.
Ron,
Driscoll, aye.
Jim,
McGrath, aye.
Ronnie,
Bowman, aye.
and Duffy, aye. Motion passes. Next, we have Scott Massell, 9 Cricket Lane, Falmouth, Mass. For permission to install a new Title V sewage disposal system. Alyssa.
Staff recommends a -3 under the state and a -2 under the bylaw. Resource area boundaries are not confirmed.
So moved, Driscoll.
Bowman second.
We have a move in a second. Any questions? Seeing none, call the roll. Steve,
Patton, aye.
Dave,
Kent, I.
Ron,
Driscoll, aye.
Jim,
McGrath, aye.
Ronnie,
Bowman, aye.
and Duffy, aye. Motion passes. Next, we have Scott Maselli, 117 Bernard E. St. Jean Drive, Falmouth, Mass. For permission to regrade a drainage basin, trench for utilities, conduct pavement, and remove vegetation. Alyssa.
Staff recommends a -2 under the state and a -3 under the bylaw. Resource area boundaries are not confirmed.
So moved, Driscoll.
Bowman second.
Any questions? Seeing none, I'll call the roll. Steve,
Patton, aye.
Dave,
Kent, I.
Ron,
Driscoll, aye.
Jim,
McGrath, aye.
Ronnie,
Bowman, aye.
and Duffy, aye. Motion passes. The next Scott Massell, 75 Ronald Street, that is continued, right?
Yes.
To
Yes.
January 14th, yes.
Perfect. Next, we have William Bedford, 186 Clinton Avenue, Falmouth, Mass. For permission to install a new Title V sewage disposal system. Alyssa.
This application has been withdrawn.
All right. Next, we have a continued request for determination of applicability, Cronin Realty Address 23 Newark Pond Road, which has been continued. All
Correct,
righty.
March 25th.
Yep.
And that was continued.
All right, for notices of intent, all hearings of the Falmouth Conservation Commission are held simultaneously under the authority of the Massachusetts Wetland Protection Act and the Falmouth Wetland Bylaws. Although a single decision of the commission is issued, it represents a separate decision under each authority. As a reminder, public commenting is limited to 3 minutes, so I encourage you to stay within the purview of this board, which are the rules and regulations of the Wetland Protection Act and the Falmouth Wetland Bylaws, and how they pertain to a particular application. The chair reserves the right to stop any commenting that is disparaging or inconsequential to the hearing. Please know that all correspondence received by the Conservation Department is forwarded to all commissioners and becomes part of the record. We will not read each and every letter we receive at a hearing. Remember, our jurisdiction is that of the Massachusetts Wetland Protection Act and the Falmouth Wetlands Bylaws, not zoning, health, or building. All right. So for the first RDA, we have Michael O'Connor, 73 Lakeshore Drive, Falmouth, Mass, for permission to install restoration plantings and constructing a deck and retaining wall. Jen.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I have promoted Michael O'Connor. He is the applicant. He will be giving the presentation himself. Oh, I don't know why that is. Just for the thing, Alyssa, can you put Mike back in attendees, Mike Borselli? Sometimes it does that if I double click on it. Hello, Mr. O'Connor, how are you?
I don't think he's actually. He says he's listed in attendees. It might just be a glitch.
I know.
And Michael can't hear us. All right, Mike, 1 second.
Mike, can you hear us now? No.
No.
Okay.
Telling him to try using his phone.
Okay.
I think it's Zoom's fault tonight, not anybody else's.
Yeah, it's all Zoom.
We were doing so
Let's
well.
Go to the next one and come back to Michael.
That's what
Was
I'm
it easy?
thinking. So, Mr. Chairman, why don't we table 73 Lakeshore? In order to do that, we are going to have a motion and a vote to table this, and then we'll take Mr. Borselli out of order.
Motion to table.
Bowman second.
There we go.
All right. Motion made and seconded. Any questions? All right, I'll call roll. Steve,
Patton, aye.
Dave,
Kent, aye.
Ron,
Driscoll, aye.
Jim,
McGrath, aye.
Ronnie,
Bowman, aye.
and Duffy. I motion to table has been granted till after the next one. The next on the list, we've got Wendy Y. Hill, trustee, 75 Nashawina Street, nominee trust, 0 Nashawina Street, map parcel 2420001000, Falmouth, Mass, for permission to repair an existing licensing pier. Jen.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I've promoted Mike Borselli as a panelist to present his project. Good evening, Mike.
Good evening, Jen.
Evening.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman. Welcome to the chairmanship, I think, right? With your permission, I'd like to share my screen.
Go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, for the record, Mike Borselli, Falmouth Engineering, and I represent the applicant, Lucius Hill. Mr. Hill owns the property at Parcel 1 on Nashawina Street. It is directly across the street from his house at 75 Nashawina Street. There's an existing solid pier, stone pier, ramp and float in the waters of Falmouth, West Falmouth Harbor. The wetland resources of note include land under the ocean, land containing shellfish. There's a salt marsh, and land subject to coastal storm flowage. There's a pathway leading from the street through the lot to the pier. This is a licensed structure, license 10805. Some of you may remember this property. There was a proposal to apply to build a larger walkway to gain access to this ramp and float that required an extension of the structure. And the Conservation Commission at the time voted to deny it because it was considered an extension of a pier in a velocity zone. That was subsequently appealed, and the judge upheld the Conservation Commission's decision. The purpose of that original application had been to make access to the ramp and float easier, because at times of higher tides, king tides and higher than mean high water tides, the area in and around this pier is flooded to the point where to get to the dock you have to wade through about ankle deep, maybe calf deep water at some tides, king tides especially. And this fixed concrete pier is submerged, so you can't really get to the dock without walking through the water. You can't maintain or occupy this without be standing in the water. And the applicant is trying to remedy that. He knows he can't extend or elevate the walkway or make it longer to higher ground, but he would like to make modifications to the current footprint, the solid pier, by forming this up and adding a concrete layer on the top of it to raise the elevation about 18 inches. That will at least let him have dry feet when he's standing on the pier, accessing his boat, or doing activities in and around the pier ramp and float. He'd still, at times of high tides, have to wade through some water to get out to this, but that would be better than not being able to do anything. We understand that he can't make the structure bigger, longer, wider. There's a little ramp that leads to it. That ramp might need to be replaced with a couple of steps instead of a ramp, because the ramp might be too steep unless it will lengthen, and then it would be considered an extension of the structure. So we met with a contractor, Ben Carson from Schultz Marine, and we talked about how to do this, and it's a fairly simple process, and doesn't take any heavy equipment to be traversing. It would be all work done by hand. The concrete would be delivered either by pumping from Nashawina Street or carried by wheelbarrow. So that sums it up. I'm happy to take questions.
Thanks, Mike. Jen?
We don't have any comments at this time. The salt marsh leading down to that is proposed to be restored in a separate filing that includes this property. There were several comments from DMF, but none that we are concerned with. No additional comments, Mr. Chairman.
Any from you, Alyssa?
Not at this time. Thank you.
All right, from commissioners, I'll start off with Dave. Any questions?
Yeah, my couple quick ones. There are two things in the plan I don't think you mentioned. It mentions the path shall be restored and replanted.
Yes.
What's going to happen there?
So Jen alluded to that. There was a previous order of conditions issued to restore this whole area, remove invasive plantings and reestablish natives. And we added the note to the plan simply to reiterate that was proposed and make reference to it.
Okay, I didn't realize it was the way Jen was referencing. Thanks.
Yep.
Also says existing stone pier to be repaired by pointing stones. I'm not sure what that means.
Pointing stones means you with a hand trowel, you fill in voids with concrete.
Okay.
Some of the gaps in the stones have opened up, and you basically mortar in each of the joints.
That's it. Thank you.
Ron?
Yeah, Mike, just the ramp to the float, that's what I thought you might be replacing with stairs. Is that going to be pretty steep when you put another 1.5 feet up in the air?
Yeah, that's why I might have to replace it with stairs.
Okay, well, I was confused when you said the first ramp into the salt marsh you were going to place with stairs too. So it could be both ends of the concrete pier.
Oh, let me clarify that. I'm sorry. So if I can share my screen very briefly again. This ramp is not proposed to change. It might become a little steeper at low tide because this gets elevated. If that does, there's an opportunity to extend it slightly on top of the flow, but we're going to work with this as it is. The ramp on the landward side may need to get replaced with stairs.
Okay. Thank you, Mike.
Yep.
All set.
Alrighty. Thank you. Jim?
Yeah, I was out there and when I saw it was underwater, under ice. So clearly it's not very usable. So I think it makes a whole lot of sense.
Ronnie?
No questions.
Steve?
Yeah, I thought this was a good solution to a previously difficult problem. Thank you, Mike.
Thank
And
you.
Jen.
Courtney?
I don't really have any comments. I got in late, and for which I guess you'll issue 10 demerits. But in the meantime, yeah, I have no questions, and I would think that probably I shouldn't be on the quorum because I got in very, very late in the presentation. And it looks like you've got enough warm bodies to make a decision.
Excellent. And yeah, Ron?
Yeah, I wonder, there's a couple of pipes if you're walking towards water on the right side of the path. Are they drainage pipes? Are they support pipes? Or are they just, I don't know what they were for.
I have no knowledge of those pipes.
Yeah.
Are they just
Yeah,
laying?
there's two rusty, maybe 2-inch pipes side by side on the right side of the path.
Yeah, I saw those, Ron, also. They're not connected to anything. I think they're just lying there.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't see
certainly
them drain from
could
the
be.
street or anything.
No, they could be removed if they're just laying there.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. I have no other questions. Jen, is there anything in the chat pertaining to this property?
Nothing in the chat regarding this property, Mr. Chairman.
All right. So what's your pleasure?
Close the hearing and take it under advisement. Driscoll.
Bowman second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions? All right. I'll call the roll. Ron?
Driscoll, aye.
Dave?
Anti.
Jim?
Grath, aye.
Ronnie?
Bowman, aye.
Steve?
And I.
Bird?
I'll abstain.
And Duffy, aye. Motion passes to close. Thank you, Mike. Much
Thank you
appreciated.
all. Have a good
Thanks,
night.
Mike. Good night.
Good, Mike.
All right. Next, we will go back to Michael O'Connor, 73 Lakeshore Drive, Falmouth, Mass, for permission to install restoration plantings and construct a deck and retaining wall. Jen.
So you need to make a motion, Mr. Chairman, to untable.
Oh,
Untable this motion. Untable this hearing for Mr. O'Connor. Driscoll.
Bowman
Bird
second.
all right. We got a motion and a second. Any questions? No. We'll call the roll. Courtney.
Bird, aye.
Ron.
Driscoll, aye.
Dave.
Anti.
Jim.
Grath, aye.
Ronnie.
Bowman, aye.
Steve.
Pat and I.
Duffy, aye. Motion to table lifted and proceed. Now, Jen.
Okay. Michael, can you hear us now?
I can hear you. Good evening, Mr. Chairman. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yes,
and
we
clear.
can. Mr. O'Connor, would you like me to share your plan for you, or are you prepared to do that yourself?
I have the plan handy if it's okay to share my screen.
Perfect.
One other question. Can you tilt your camera down a little bit so we can see all of your face, Mr. O'Connor?
I hope it doesn't fall off. I'll try to get a little taller.
That's easier to do.
Is that
Yeah.
better? Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so and Jen, just for the record, today we got an email from the DEP that we do have a number.
Correct.
They issued us a number. So here, what we're proposing to do: 73 Lakeshore, it's a new construction house. Within the buffer zone B, we're looking to have a portion of the rear deck, as long as a dry well and a retaining wall to retain the proper grade to have a walkout basement, a flat surface because of the topography that's pre-existing.
Mike still with us?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes.
Was that it?
Yeah. So what we're doing is we're looking to file the notice of intent to obtain permission to construct this retaining wall within the buffer zone B, as well as have 1,160 square feet of native plantings put back in buffer zone A. The whole goal of this is to fully revegetate buffer zone A by entering into buffer zone B. There's an existing septic easement. The two lots were once combined. In order to obtain that easement, we've constructed the retaining wall in a specific way, and that area has already been cleared due to having access to the easement. So beyond that easement, as you can see in the green, all of the plantings that will be put back.
Okay. Is
Thank
there
you.
anything else? All right. I think you can stop sharing if you're done presenting. Or Jen, do you have questions while the plans are up?
No, we don't have any questions while the plans are up. The
Right.
reason this is a notice is because of the requirement for such a large area of planting. We do need to condition it that it survives certain planting specs. We'll work with Mr. O'Connor to provide him the exact plant count he will need to revegetate that area. There is some debris, it appears, from some recent tree work that will need to be cleaned up a bit. Looks like some slash was left over. And yeah, I think that is about it. Michael, do you have your cut and fill calcs?
I do not have them in front of me, but I can get them to you.
Okay, if you could get me the cut and fill calcs for the record, that would I would appreciate that. What's the dwelling? Okay, and you'll come back, or the new property owners, I think you're planning to sell, will come back and we'll do a vista with them. And then just, we may need some additional planting out there, Michael, if some of the existing vegetation got disturbed with the tree cutting. And I believe we're going to require one additional tree on that lot. Okay?
Not a problem.
Okay, thank you. That's all, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Thank you. You can stop sharing the screen.
Thank you.
All right. Alyssa, did you have anything?
Thanks,
you wanna
everybody.
add?
I think there was just one comment that there was a little hesitation on staff's side with the amount of blueberry out there, but we'll work with you to pick a good variety of species that'll do well. Thank you.
All right, I'll take commission's comments. Dave.
Yeah, I have one question. So the proposed deck does go a bit into zone B, and obviously we have a containing wall there. Now the green area down the hill is labeled 1650 of native planting. Now that's not mitigation, is it, for the zone B incursion? That's to totally vegetate the zone A. That's something different, right? So is there
Correct. It's restoration, Dave.
is there no need then to mitigate for the activities in zone B?
Once he revegetates the entire zone A, then no mitigation will be required because the zone A will be fully vegetated.
I see. And
We do believe this lot was formerly part of the adjacent lot. That's why the weird kind of septic easement extends onto this lot, as well as maybe the prior property owners kind of extending their backyard, which is into that zone A, which Mr. O'Connor is proposing to fully revegetate.
So that I see that takes care of any mitigation. I got you. All right, just one last question for Michael, probably. Looks like the whole slope then will be vegetated. Will there be a path to get down toward the beach?
The future plan is to have a vista pruning with a 4-foot path down to the beach.
Here's a 4-foot
That's in
path.
the future.
As part of the pruning. Okay, and that's cool, Jen.
Yeah, we'll revisit that at a later date, Dave. Once the house is built, once they determine where they want their vista corridor, we'll try to incorporate the path within that corridor.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Dave. Ron?
Yeah, I was just confused. The house has already been approved, and I know there's administrative review for the trees. So essentially tonight, we're just approving the plantings and the deck and a retaining wall?
Correct.
Okay. Well, I couldn't see anything there because I went there when it was snowy and I wasn't going down that slope. I didn't have my skis. So I'm all set then. Thank you.
Courtney?
Jen, this is a question for you, Jen. When do you want those fill calcs by?
Prior to issuing the order of conditions, we'll work with Mr. O'Connor to obtain those.
Yeah,
It's not that much, Courtney.
Okay. I have no questions, Mr. Chair.
Jim?
No questions, Mr. Chairman.
Ronnie?
The staff's good, I'm good. Thank you.
Steve?
Yeah, my questions were related to the butter. Jen just covered it, so I have no other questions. Thank you.
And I have no questions either. Jen, is there anything in the chat pertaining to this matter?
Nothing new in the chat pertaining to this hearing.
Thank you.
Make a motion to close the hearing and take it under advisement. Driscoll.
Bowman second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions? Seeing none, I'll call the roll. Dave?
Kent, aye.
Ron?
Driscoll, aye.
Courtney?
Bird eye.
Jim?
McGrath, aye.
Ronnie?
Bowman, aye.
Steve?
Pat and I.
And Duffy, aye. Motion passes. Thank you, Mr. O'Connor. Next, we have continued hearings under enforcement order. 58 Westwood Road, LLC, CO Robert Martin, 58 Westwood Road, Falmouth, Mass. Unpermitted construction of a shed, removal of vegetation within the buffer to a coastal bank and coastal dune. Jen.
Alyssa, when did we say we were going to continue this out to?
Yeah, so this is just a placeholder.
Okay.
Since they have
Yeah.
already filed the notice, we would just like to keep this on the schedule to make sure the notice goes through. So we're just going to push this out quite a ways. I think we were looking into May. The last meeting of the month is May 20th. So that should be enough time to get the notice taken care of and hopefully the plant's installed.
Okay, so procedurally, Jen, just for clarification, when this is on, do I ignore it, acknowledge it, and have you say that it's going to be till May every single time? Or
We still read it.
yeah, so
We still read it.
Yeah,
okay, that was
the
my
yeah, the enforcement hearings are kind of the staff and commissions hearings. So in this case, I did speak with Jake Fricky today, and he's aware that this is just going to get pushed out. Nothing really to talk about.
Perfect. And thank you very much. So next is Seashell Lane Community Associations, Inc., and that has already been continued.
Well, Bill, we do have to, I'm sorry, we do need
Oh.
to go back to 58 Westwood, and we do need to vote that until May 20th.
Oh, okay, that was the main question I had. So,
Yeah.
okay.
Sorry about that.
All right, I move to continue the hearing on 58 Westwood Road to May 20, the enforcement order, until May 20th, 2026.
Bowman second.
We have a hearing second. Any questions?
Am I the only one here in static?
No,
It is, I don't know what that is, Ronnie. It's the first time we've experienced it, so we'll figure it out after.
All right. Seeing no questions, I will call the roll. Dave,
Kent, aye.
Ron,
Driscoll, aye.
Courtney,
Bird eye.
Jim,
Rath, aye.
Ronnie,
Bowman, aye.
Steve,
Patton, aye.
Duffy, aye. Motion passes to continue to May 20th. Next is Seashell Community Association, Inc., 0 Davisville Road, which has already been continued. And that about wraps it up. So I will, well, thank you for bearing with me with my first act as chair with the 1 or 2 bumps, but
Well
I
done.
will call
Well
for the,
done,
Yes,
absolutely.
good
Well
job,
done.
Bill.
And it's under an
Excellent.
hour. Congratulations. Keep this
Yeah,
up.
Yeah,
great
very-
job.
well, I will entertain the final motion.
Make a motion to adjourn. Driscoll.
Sorry.
Sorry, Steve has a question, guys.
Thank you. I'm sorry. Are we meeting next week?
Yes.
Yeah.
Calendar says we're not meeting.
You looking at the right year?
On my
Would
calendar.
have been-
Send you an updated one. We'll send you an updated thing, Steve.
7, 14, and 21, all in
Yep.
January, Steve.
It might be that nothing's being dropped off on the 14th because
No,
we're
no,
not meeting
no.
on the
I'm
28th.
done. Thank you. Motion to adjourn.
I'll make a
Aye.
motion to adjourn.
Bowman, aye.
Driscoll, aye.
McGrath, aye.
Kent, aye.
Duffy, aye.
Guys, wait until the chairman calls you.
Bird eye.
Well, this is the last one. Everybody just yells it out
We
anyway.
always just, the last one, we always jump in.
Exactly. I'll allow it. All right. It looks like we have a motion to adjourn. Thank you,
Bill.
everyone.